Anyways, I think we are pretty much ready to start at any time. So whenever things actually switch over, SMMidi, you can definitely take it away. Or sorry, SMMidi. I don't know why I keep adding an extra M in your name.
Thanks. So, hi, I'm SMMidi. I speedrun a lot of different games. Mostly games with no end. Yesterday, we did We Play, which is technically a game with no end, I guess. Today, though, we're doing Mario Kart DS mission mode, and this is a really unique Mario Kart run. So basically, this game has a mission mode single player, where what we're going to be doing is going for 63 missions in total here. All of them have a unique little goal. And for the first 6 levels, we are going to require star ranks. Now, I've accidentally done one already. We are going to do that one again, though. But we're going to start with 1-1, and then we will work our way around. So we will give a countdown as well. So 3, 2, 1, go. So right at the beginning here, pretty much we're starting on the first course in the game. We are using the kind of standard Kart Mario combo. The game actually throws any combination that it wants at us, which we will get into later. But basically, right at the beginning, we have 5 numbered gates. We drive into them all in order, and then I'm going to pause here, and then we are going to barely go into that gate, and we had a little sound there. That was a very, very early exit. So that was the early exit glitch, and we're going to see that on most missions here. I'm not going to do it here, though, just to prove that I get the star rank, because I've already done one. I didn't want to reset my save data because we had the little Power Up with Pride logo. And to be fair, normally I don't do the early exit there anyway, because it's a little risky. The cheaps kind of jump around a lot, and if I do go for it, then it's kind of scary. I can definitely miss it very easily, but we did get 3 stars there. So basically, and here we're doing a reverse mission as well, so we can see the little emblem that we've got on our cart. But yeah, what we need is we need a star rank on every mission, so we unlock the final secret set of missions, which I did not know about until I started learning the game. But yeah, now I've validated that other mission, this would still be a valid run, I would hope, if this were to PB. But yeah, so now we're moving on to another one. This is the coin missions. So now we're using DK. So we get items at the beginning, and you might think, wow, we got kind of lucky there. We got 3 mushrooms. Well, we're actually guaranteed to get 3 mushrooms from that one. So every item box in mission mode has a set combination of items, or it will always give you the same item. So there we always get triple mushrooms. Now, we did get given DK, and DK is pretty slow. So basically, Donkey Kong, along with the Kart combo, basically there's a hidden stat in the game for MIDI turbos. And what that is basically the orange sparks we get when we do drifting. So essentially, whenever I do a drift, I'm just pressing left and right repeatedly on the controller just to charge up these orange sparks. That gives me a little boost. And because of the way this game works, we can pretty much just do that non-stop. Even on the straight parts, we can just carry on doing that, get a bunch of speed. And as long as we're having good lines as well, then that is saving a lot of time. And also helping us get these star ranks as well. But with DK, his stat boost is very, very slow. So we actually don't really get a huge gain for doing it with him. It's still kind of worth doing. But there are some carts that are much better, so you'll never really see that cart combo in, say, time trials. But here we don't have a choice, which is why this speedrun's kind of unique. Normally you're just kind of using the same cart combo all the time. I know in Mario Kart Wii, Funky Kong Flame Rider is pretty meta combo there, but yeah, here you kind of just use whatever the game says. Now, here we are using Yoshi. We are getting a mushroom every time, so I'm pretty much just going to be doing these mini turbos in the gaps as well. So we're pretty much just constantly boosting on this one. And then finishing up, again, doing the early exit glitch a little earlier that time because I've got the mushroom speed. But every time I do that early exit glitch, it is saving me a few seconds, and considering there's 63 missions in here, that is going to be saving us quite a few minutes for the whole run. And I will also try and go for it on some of the bosses as well, but it is a little bit harder there, although it will save us more time. And talking of bosses, this is the first one. This is Big Bully. So what we're going to do is we're just going to reverse, let him just charge forward a little bit, and we need to knock him into the water. So conveniently, there's a triple mushroom here, and I'm just going to charge right into him, hopefully get him in. That is probably not going to work, so I'm just going to reverse back, using that map on the touchscreen just to know where I'm at. And that is unfortunately an exit to the main menu. We do still get the clear there. Even if we press restart or select mission or quit, you always get the clear. But that was a fantastic boss there. There is a slightly faster strat, but it's pretty difficult. So next up, we're moving on to these crates. This is actually a pretty deceiving, difficult mission. So this took me a while to get. Oh my goodness. Okay, backup plan. What we're going to do is we're going to do the rest of it, and then we're going to come back and get that crate. I don't know where exactly I'm going to end up after I respawn from this one. We might not get the star rank for this. If we respawn at the other part, then this will be pretty good. I'm not sure we will get this now. I've not actually ever gone for this. The speed requirement's pretty tight here, so I might not get it. If not, we will restart the mission though. Yeah, that's a B rank, so we do need at least 1 star on every mission, so we will go again. But yeah, basically, if you hit the crates head on, then you're going to get a huge, yeah, there. You pretty much lose all your speed. So we want to be hitting them from the side, really. I'm also trying to charge up these mini turbos just to charge straight into the water. Unfortunately, missing it there as well. Blue sparks don't do anything in this game. We are getting that little respawn boost, though, whenever you respawn. If you press A, you get that little boost there. This should be enough to get a star rank, though. And when I go into the pause menu there as well, I'm actually able to regain control of the cart. So basically, whenever I'm out of the pause menu, that means I can then press any direction. I can go left or right. I can go backwards, keep accelerating. So that helps me just get a little bit extra speed, and it helps a lot on the reverse mission as well. So here I'm just going to play a little safe. The item boxes can be a little deceiving with their hitbox there. But as long as I play fairly safe. And sometimes I don't actually go for the early exit there as well. And now here what I'm going to do is just sit on this item box, just chain together a few bob-ombs. So this game doesn't have double items, but we can actually keep one on our back here. So I'm just going to grab another one. That did not work. Oh no, missing the sand is so difficult to navigate here. That's fine. So we'll come up to this one, and then we will quit pretty much as I press the button, and we will get a nice 3-star there. Excellent. I mentioned driving off unintentionally in the green room. I can't believe that happened, to be honest. That's the first time it's ever happened. Normally when you miss that, it kind of is like the other way. That kind of came together like 3 tiny mistakes there to mess it up a little bit. But that's fine, we're still through. And that's the thing with this run. Most Mario Kart runs, if you have an absolute disaster on one track, really all you're doing is losing, what, several seconds for that course, and then you just move on to the next one. This one you can technically just keep on failing. But thankfully, I'm hoping I've done enough runs at this point to not let that happen. Here, we're just going to pause as we are mid-air, and go straight into that gate there. And those kind of snake around a little bit, those gates. We do have to get them in numerical order, otherwise they don't count. And then here's Baby Park. There are some tracks we're going to see in here more than once, and Baby Park is one of them. So all of these are going to give us a star, if only Mario Kart luck is normally this good. So this does increase our speed a little bit, and you can pretty much just chain these for the entire 3 laps. So even though this is a 3-lap mission, which is pretty uncommon in here, Baby Park in Mario Kart DS is normally 5. Unfortunately missing the item box, that's fine. I'm going to try and grab this last one. Yeah. Excellent. And I'm just going to pause just before we get to the finish. Excellent. See, we're getting 3 stars all over the place, apart from that single mission. Yeah, today has never happened before and never will again. I hope so. I do hope so. So here I'm actually not going to go for any drift. You might have noticed me do that on the Peach mission last time. It's just a little bit awkward to do the drifts here, and it wouldn't really save me any time anyway. So we're just going to be a little safe. And then again, we have DK. There are some mushrooms scattered around on the track here, but as you can see, the little white particles, or the little lines that appear on the top screen, once I do a mini turbo, they basically don't appear for long at all. The mushroom they do, just as normal, but with the drifts, they basically don't appear. So yeah, we're kind of focusing on the mushrooms, but that's it really. See, even they're not really worth me doing a mini turbo because I didn't have a great angle going up to there. I might as well just focus on my line with Donkey Kong. Yeah, it's a really interesting mechanic, and it saves a lot of time in the speedrun. There is obviously the thing of, if you do it earlier, you save more time, but if you do it too early, you have to redo the entire mission. So I play fairly safe with mine. Really, I could save quite a bit of time before risking it a little bit more on some of these. But we are still saving several minutes for it anyway. And also, that last mission, yes, we did have to reverse to get one of the coins. They were really that mean in this game. That has messed with me in runs many times before. Let's not get hit to my own shot. So here, this is IROC. All these bosses, by the way, are from Mario 64 and Mario 64 DS, which I find pretty cool. Oh, so we're just here, and I'm just going to play safe here. IROC can be a little bit of a pain, so I'm just going to go straight for the hit there. Thankfully, we did manage to get it without that second shell, but we do have that other one in reserve there if we need it. And moving right on to a really, really simple mission. This has loads of time for the 3-star requirement. This is basically every item box is on its own set path, but they all kind of align really well right at the beginning of the mission. And even though I've taken a few extra seconds there, that's an easy 3-star. They kind of didn't really consider how easy it is to just get a 5-second clear there. I didn't get it, but still a pretty fast clear. And now we're moving on to a race against Yoshi. So you do get an instant fail on some of these missions from now on. But if you are at that point where you're almost failing but not quite, you're probably not getting a star rating anyway. And then for some reason, some of the paths have been blocked off for this mission. They just added in a lot of stuff like that for no reason. And then here I'm actually going to try and chain together some mini turbos. We did actually get an extra one together there. So basically, when you use a mushroom, or when you do the start boost by holding down 2 in this game, you get a little extra boost. And that's a thing in most Mario Kart games, but you can actually hold on to that boost. And that's called PRB, Prolonged Rocket Boost. I'm just going to focus a little bit here, because hitting this Monty Mill is pretty difficult. This is the one I'm most comfortable hitting most consistently. Even if we miss a few times, we should still get a star rank though. But yeah, basically when you get that start boost, if you then do a mini turbo, or essentially when you get that boost, rather, you have a little bit of time where you can actually chain together a mini turbo and extend that boost. So the starting boost / the mushroom boost is actually a little bit more than a mini turbo. So if you use a mini turbo to extend the mushroom boost, you can just keep the mushroom boost for the whole course in some of these. Now, we can't with DK, again, but you can with some combos in this game. And if you've seen time trials, you'll probably be familiar with PRB, Prolonged Rocket Boost. I'm not going to be doing it very much here. In fact, if I do get it, it will probably only be for one mini turbo. It won't be very noticeable. But yeah, here's another one that lends itself really well to the snaking in this game. Snaking just meaning the constant left-right drifting I'm doing. So if I get hit by any of these vehicles, it is going to cost us a lot of time. I possibly would restart as well, unless the rest of the course went really well, because you could very easily lose star rank here if you get hit at all. It's pretty punishing. So now this is another fairly long one. This is actually another battle course. We've seen some battle courses so far. Earlier we saw the giant Nintendo DS iconic track. But it is good to see the battle tracks get a little bit of love. Because obviously in a regular Mario Kart run they wouldn't really get a whole lot of action going on. But here they do. So I'm just going to go around here. This is actually really hard for me to get a star rank as a kid. I've managed to now, but even then there are some runs where I end up getting an A rank. It's getting trolled by the game, really. If you get hit by any items, by the way, on a coin mission, then you will drop 5 coins and they will just scatter around you. So that pretty much just instantly makes it so you're not going to get star rank. Technically, it would be possible on some of these, but I wouldn't try it. You'd have to be really fast for the rest of the mission to not fail. So, yet again, another battle track. This one's fairly difficult because one of the ramps that we're going to see in a moment is really unforgiving. I'm just going to go really far around it. It's this one here. You can hit any part of that orange little part at the beginning. If you hit any of the orange part, then you're just going to get a bonk onto the ramp. But yeah, that's fine. And yet another one here where there's kind of a pointless instant DQ, disqualification. If you get hit by the chain chomp, I think that ends the mission. It's normally in description. Yeah, if you get hit by the chain chomp, then you're gonna drop 5 coins. Again, it's gonna make it so you can't get star rank anyway. And again, another reverse mission. This time we're using Bowser. We are gonna see Bowser later, and that's actually one of the hardest missions to star rank. So we will see that in quite a while. But yeah, if we've got any messages or donations, then now is a perfect time to do so.
I do have a few. First of all, we do have $25 from Let's Plays Fast. No message though, but thank you for the donation. And this would also be a good time to both bring up when you're donating, you can do a poll and a target. So for example, like we have we currently have a target for our second bonus game, Banjo-Tooie. Right now it's only $10 in that, so if you want to get it closer towards me than that, definitely get a donation in. But also, we do have a current bid war for, we have several polls active actually, or bid wars, but we do have a character bid war for Echo Jr. Currently, we have Kitney in the lead, with Echo kind of trailing behind, with Tara with like 90, and then Echo himself just kind of trailing behind. If you'd like to change any of that, also did a donation in for that. And let's see, we also, but if you like, let's say you want to do something for a later run, we do still have one for Sticky Business for the bonus flats, and we do have a character bid war for Chameleon Twist, although I know even less about that game if I'm being perfectly honest. that one currently everything is tied, so anything will break the tie there. But yes, exclamation incentives, you want to check any of that out. Exclamation donate if you want to see about how to donate and anything you can do there. But otherwise, actually no, I don't know there's otherwise.
Alright, excellent, thanks so much.
Yeah, of course.
So what we just saw on the previous mission was actually a really difficult one. I did manage to do it first try, but that can really mess around with you a lot of the time. Basically, Goon Boss is one of the Super Mario 64 DS bosses. And essentially, the rubber banding goes through the roof on that mission. Basically, what happens is Goon Boss will pause if you are behind and either drop Goombas or Mushroom, and that is a consistent drop. So if you're always behind a certain number of times, then it will always be the same Goombas or Mushrooms. Oops, I meant to put that one behind me. That's fine. But yeah, essentially because of that rubber banding being so bad, you can actually be well on track for a star rank and still fail. Because if Goon Boss is, I don't know how that missed. If Goon Boss ends up, wow, this is bad RNG. I'm just gonna focus. We've had so many bombs, that's just completely useless. I'm hoping we still get a star rank here. But yeah, because if you play perfectly on the Goon Boss mission, then you're pretty much going to be fine. Wow, this is possibly the worst RNG I've ever had. That's fine. There we go. 1 minute 10 that took. 3 stars still. You can save a lot of time there if you don't get bad RNG. But yeah, normally it's never that bad. But hey, it's a star rank. We're still absolutely fine. So yeah, good to get Goon Boss out of the way. And the mission before that, oh sorry, the mission after that was the DK race mission. We were also able to do well there, but we did miss an item. As soon as you miss an item, it does get a little bit hard to keep up. But yeah, managing to hold our own there anyway. And again, that was another mission where you could get stars or mushrooms only. There aren't actually many where you can actually get attacking items like green shells or hot bombs. Only the ones where we actually need to hit enemies, really. There will be another one later where we need 30 Goombas. So if you missed it at the beginning in the first 5 seconds there, that was actually a race with the red car. So basically we just want to weave through the red car right at the beginning and then just overtake it. And there actually we were using Mario, which is a much better combo than DK. Kind of goes to show how much of a difference that makes using a good kart combo. And here what I'm going to do is just weave between there. I actually went slightly right of that thwomp there, even though I managed to avoid it anyway. Basically, what can happen with that is essentially, if you get hit, again, you're going to drop 5 coins and you're going to need to take a restart, most likely, because it's a very short mission. And of course, as well, it's another one, where if you get hit, then it is an instant DQ. So what we do to avoid that is we just end up going round. So even if we bonk onto the swamp, then you kind of don't lose all of your speed. You just kind of get a little bit of a side hit. So here I'm just going to be a little safe. We need 9 mini turbos, which we have very much cleared, but I do need to make sure we get this within a certain time. And hitting that puddle didn't help. So we did get a bit of a lucky bounce from that puddle. We got a 1 star. That's totally fine. So as soon as you get hit by any of those puddles, it does make you lose control. It doesn't make you lose a whole lot of speed, but it does make you lose control, and that is pretty important. So here, I'm actually just going to wait for the pinball there. It's a little slow, but I end up losing star rank to that a lot. That is not good. Okay, that's a restart. That's a very big time loss there. So basically, I could try and beat the pinball, but if I beat the pinball, then I am risking getting hit by the pinball. I probably could have beaten it on that one, but yeah, I prefer just doing it this way. Yeah, so the finish cutscenes you can just completely skip. That works for every mission out of all 63. It is a wild glitch. It's really awesome to show off. And the fact that you can just do it pretty much anywhere, as long as you know what exactly you're looking out for, when exactly you should be doing it. There's somewhere I'll actually be paying attention to the map on the touchscreen later on, just to know exactly when to quit. Mostly in the final set of missions. And also, yes, there is a 7th set of missions. I keep mentioning it. I mean, I did not know that as a kid. And I'm sure a lot of other people didn't, because they actually play the credits twice in this game. Once for clearing the 6th set of missions, and once for the 7th. We're hoping we're going to skip the credits, though. So here, this is the first fake item box mission. What we're going to be doing is looking at the touchscreen again. So it's very obvious which one is which. The rainbow ones are the real item boxes, and the red ones are the fakes. They're always in the same positions, and you can look at the touchscreen anyway. So here, this is going to be an interesting strat. I'm going to go for it. Really doesn't save much time, but it's cool to show off, so I'm going to do it anyway, because that's the right thing to do. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use 3 mushrooms, and I'm going to burn through all of them. Now, that isn't worth it. We don't get triple mushroom speed for that. You just get the same mushroom speed. But what it means... Whoops. Just going to slow down there. Excellent. That was a bit of a scuffed ending, but that's fine. That actually did save us going for that strat. I might have got an A rank if I didn't do that. So that's cool. Basically, you burn through the mushrooms, and then you just get 3 mushrooms back again. So essentially, you're getting 4 mushrooms instead of 3. Also, that was a very good rocket start, but this is a difficult mission, so I am going to focus. Essentially, we are going to deliberately go into the lava here 2 times. And by doing that, we skip the King Boo attack phase. So I'm hoping we can get this one as well. This one is a little bit easier, and then the last one is really hard. There we go. So as the moment he zooms in on us, he's going to take away the coins, and we need to hit him back to get the coins to reappear. Or what I could do is just get all 50 on one cycle, which would be fantastic. Good start. Oh, that's not good though. It's going to be close. We are getting it. Yes, that's really good. Nice, clear. So if you fail that, and the King Boo does go in for one attack phase at the end there, even if you get a really fast clear, you barely get 1 star. So I don't know what they really expected you to do, because if you don't do that, then that mission is even slower, really. So just to get 1 star there is pretty tough. I feel like that's probably one of the hardest 3 stars in the game, if you do it as intended. There is one other really difficult 3-star though. Actually, it's the only one I've never got. But I'm sure the King Boo one will be my second if I didn't know about that strat. Anyway, here we're racing the Chain Chomp. I'm just going to weave through these multi-rolls here. Making sure I keep that item for the little garden there, because that slows us down a lot. And yet again, we're going to see that course again later on. There are lots of repeats in here, and there are also some courses which we don't see at all. There are also carts we don't see at all. You basically unlock some for playing mission mode, and or playing mission mode. You unlock some for playing the game in general. But for mission mode, because we're using this early exit glitch, but the game requires you to get star ranks, we actually need to reset our save data each time. And that's kind of why I started off with that clear at the beginning that I was mentioning. Because I didn't want to reset my save data because I had the Power Up of Pride logo already made. So I wasn't going to do that. I'm not going to restart because I was not confident that was going to hit. Luckily, that was a little bit of a generous hitbox, and we do still get that clear. But yeah, if I don't get it on that cycle, then I am very, very risky. Might even need a restart if I miss that there. But that's fine, we're doing pretty well. Normally what I would have done on that previous mission is I actually would have just chilled out on a single spot, because all of those item boxes are on the same card. So you can actually just look at the touchscreen to know exactly when to quit for the early exit glitch. But yeah, didn't really get to see that there, but it's absolutely fine. And again, here we're kind of racing against the traffic for the extra barriers they added in here, just to make the game even harder. And yeah, again, we're going to see this later on this mission, but it will be... Oh, we didn't get it. We did get it. I didn't even hear the sound. I can't believe that. I've never had that either. Wow, okay, I'm not complaining. I'm assuming that will be something close to frame perfect. I can't believe that. I've never had that before. Anyway, moving on. So...
The name said you had it. You had it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I saw the 3 stars. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna go back in. Now I see that. That counts. So, yeah. But anyway, next mission is. Oh no, that is gonna be really slow. I'm gonna carry it on because we're very close to the end of the lap. We should be fine. That's going to cost us a few seconds though, so if we're getting a star rank, it's only going to be 1. We're going to need to play pretty well at the end here. Missing a drift. We might be fine. 1 star. Again, cannot believe that. Okay, that's fine. We are just barely scraping through some of these, but it's paying off. So some of the time on my old runs, I would have just reset that because that was pretty likely to fail. But you kind of have to work out on the fly, like, is the trade-off worth it for me restarting, or should I just see it out and see if I scrape a 1 star? Thankfully, it paid off there. So yeah, again, we are kind of going against these ramps here. I kind of want to make sure I don't get snowballed here. That snowball, basically, this game has no real iframes. The moment you get hit, when you regain control of the cart is when your iframes are over. So you can just keep on getting knocked back and just getting trolled by the snowball like 3 times in a row. It just makes me think of the Mario Kart Wii clip with Daisy getting hit like 6 times in a row. Because it's just so unfair. But that is how this game can be sometimes. I'm hoping I don't have a nightmare here. Last time I had like 3 restarts in this mission, which is very unusual. We did get that first try though. And that's another battle course, so good to show that off. And here is one of the hardest star ranks in the game. So what we're using is Bowser, which like DK, as I was mentioning earlier, has a horrible mini turbo stat. Sorry, Bowser. But it's true. So what we're doing is we're kind of using these boost pads. These orange ones specifically give us a big kind of like the mushroom boost. So we kind of need those. We're using these rainbow ramps as well. But here I'm just going to hop over the wall and then go straight into a mini turbo. Now these lava bubbles are on a global cycle. So thankfully we should be on a decent one here. Barely. I might actually have made a cycle earlier than I usually do. This has been pretty flawless so far. Dare I say. There we go. Excellent. So that is a 2-star. So that kind of goes to show how hard that is, because I basically can't play any better at my level. But moving on, there's another boss. It is Big Bob-omb. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one item. I'm not going to go in for the other one, because I'm just going to get an early hit. And I'm just going to hope here that he doesn't throw a Bob-omb at us. I'm hoping that he's just going to spawn in more items by doing the little stomp. There we go. Excellent. So we're going to grab one, and he can actually hit himself with the Bob-omb. It didn't happen there, but it is possible. He can do that. Here he's supposed to jump up, but I'm going to try and hit him without. Excellent. We didn't get the early exit glitch, but we're still getting a fantastic clear there. And that was a really good section. Pretty much perfect on every mission there, even if it didn't look like it. Moving on, we now have reversing on this just giant log section here on Bowser's Castle. This really tripped me up as a kid. I just could not get my head around this. But yeah, managing to clear this. We want to do a very late pause there because the mission only ends when we're fully off the log. Yeah, their faces when you drive backwards are quite funny, especially DK on the snow one. Just like the pixelated face is just so funny. But yeah, here another really long mission. I'm actually gonna go around here, just grab this item again. That's gonna throw off my cycles a little bit, but hopefully we'll be fine. So this is another battle course, but what we're seeing here is we need to collect items that are all on different parts. So I'm going to go around this way, just get this one. Excellent. And because I had to go around an extra lap on that red block, I'm on a little bit of a different one than I usually would be. Next I'm going to visit is probably the... actually, no, we'll visit this one. And then the yellow one. I was going to say green, but I saw that item. That item goes around the all of the short paths, and there's also one that goes around all the long paths. Again, this is another 2-minute mission, so we do have a fairly lenient star rank requirement, but I pretty much never go for the early exit glitch here for obvious reasons. I don't want to have to redo a 2-minute mission. Although it would save me a lot of time, it would still save me 3 seconds for a PB, but no, I'm not taking that risk. And then here's another really nice track for this game. So this track, I believe, is in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in the DLC, or in the 8 DLC. I'm actually going to go for a little hop here. Excellent, nice. I've only just started implementing that into runs. That's like the only shroomless cut in the entire game that I know, because I'm not very good at the base game. But yeah, fantastic to pull that off. Yeah, the reason this is so good for this game is even though we need 14 mini turbos, there are so many different like bends and twists and turns in this course because the actual course is shaped like Yoshi, or Yoshi's head. We can't actually see that here because there's no way of toggling the map to the actual full zoomed out map in mission mode. But it does look pretty cool, and it does mean we have a lot of different bends we can use. Now, I prefer this in Mario Kart DS than in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe doesn't have snaking. So you can actually kind of use the mini turbos how they were intended in this version, whereas in 8 Deluxe it kind of works a little different. You just charge it up by drifting in the other direction, pretty much. Anyway, here's 40 coins to collect. I'm barely going to miss that hand there. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to just avoid these hands as best I can. Because, especially in the middle, because as I was saying earlier, there are no real iframes in this game. And because of, you know, physics and stuff, if we were to go for the, just going to grab that one on the boost pad first. If we were to go for the middle, excellent, the middle coins when the hand is approaching, we could get hit several times in a row if we're too close to the middle, because there's just less distance for the hands to travel. That was a fantastic rocket boost. But yeah, managing to clear that anyway. And we are going to see TikTok Clock yet again later on. We're going to see it in full mode. So here, actually pretty nice to start off with a star. Although it doesn't really give us as much of a boost as Mushrooms does, we do still get the chance to get another item here. Oh dear. Oh, and here's the double chaining that I was talking about. Okay, that's a restart. Okay. I mean, Peach stole the item and then I couldn't grab the other one, so that just didn't go very well. I would actually prefer to grab a star on that chain chomp item, because if I grab a star, then we pretty much guarantee that we can grab another item through that section. Whereas if I get triple dash mushrooms, I can't use them all the time. There we go. Let's just get ourselves out of the bush there. Let's not get hit. Let's just grab this. Give me a star. Thank you. Excellent. And that's actually pretty good RNG. Apart from wanting mushrooms at the beginning, that is pretty much what we're after. So there, we actually need to cut through the grass. And I'm just going to burn through those mushrooms just to get a final item. That'll be a star. And then there's a star rank. Unfortunate we had to redo that. Pretty rare for me to just get comboed by the chain jump. We did only get one star as well, so that was pretty close. And you might have noticed some of these missions I'm actually going in the anti-clockwise order. You do have the option of doing either. This is a little bit risky to carry on, but I'm going to do it. Yeah, you can pretty much play the missions in any order you like, and then the boss is the final one in every level, because all of the missions are unlocked as you go. So here, only one item box on each of these that has 3 mushrooms in, so it's basically an instant reset if we miss any. I'm hoping that's still a clear though, because that was a pretty good recovery. Nice. Yeah, that was only 1 star. Yeah, to be fair, I was expecting that. You do kind of rely on RNG a little bit. That's probably the Peach Gardens one there is probably one of the biggest RNG-based 3 stars. If you get perfect items, then it's a little bit easier. If you just keep getting mushrooms and then that star where I mentioned it in the chain chomp section, then that helps you a bunch. But just getting a star rank is all we need here. We're not doing 100% round or anything. Excellent clear. And then here is yet another difficult star rank. Basically, I might as well just randomly generate anything between a C rank and 3 stars, because I don't know how they calculate it on this one. But basically, we need to hit 15 Rocky Wrenches. I'm going to pay attention to the touch screen to know exactly how long we've got. Just going to grab another star. Excellent. So they really don't pop up for very long. You might have noticed. It's pretty unforgiving. I'm pretty much just doing the same repeatable thing every time whenever I do this mission. So we're on 11 now. And every time you hit one, they do move positions as well, just to make it even harder. Yeah, so I wasn't confident that that one was actually going to get hit there. 2 stars, so we were definitely very close. Normally it's 3 stars or a B rank there for me. So 2 stars is pretty scary. But yeah, thankfully we were out. And here is a very important mission to get this early exit glitch. So this is Chief Chili. He actually zooms a little bit closer to the water, so it's slightly easier, well, usually, to get that first hit. Yeah, I actually ended up hitting him when he was during the charge phase, so it was actually kind of counteracting my my hit a little bit. Let's just get a hit. There we go. Okay, I'm hoping this still works. There we go. We do have extra mushrooms from where I ended up there, so we should be fine. It's a little bit jump now. Oh, there we go. So he does the little movement where he goes up there. But as long as we are right up close to him, we will get that hit. And we are still out. And by doing that early exit glitch there, only 1 star for that. We skip the credits. So if you don't skip the credits there, essentially what you need to do is you need to go to the home menu or reset your console. Now, because I'm on 3DS, running a DS game on a 3DS, it actually means I lose loads more time doing that. Thankfully, I've never had to do that in a run, but it is a possibility, and it would save time over watching the credits. We will still see the credits after this set of missions, though. Again, probably because they just expected a lot of people to just stop at level 6, because I definitely didn't know there was a level 7 as a kid. But we do get to see Rainbow Road in here, which is pretty cool. And we do actually have to do 6 mini turbos. We do still need that as a requirement. So because we've unlocked level 7 now, we don't need star ranks, which is a good thing, because even though I've played pretty well here, I don't think this is getting 3 stars still. 2 stars for that. I mean, again, at my skill level, I can't do much better. So here what we're going to do... Oh, no. I will carry it on, though, because this is a really long mission, so we should still be fine for the star requirement. Oops, that's fine. So the shells here are very interesting. So you always get triple shells, unless you have shells around you already. So, for example, right now, even though it's 1 shell, I would always get a single shell. So we just want to be training together a bunch of these. We need 30 creepers here, and all 30 will give us the clear. So for some of these now, I'm just going to fire a bunch of shells down the path, because we're probably going to hit one of them. They're so far apart. I'm just going to chain together the ones that are just approaching us here as well, though, because otherwise they will kind of get lost and they'll be even harder to chase. And in a moment, I'm actually just going to go for the last 4. Here we go. So we've just got 4 shells remaining. And there's the hit. There we go. Couldn't quite pause in time, but that's fine. Still a good enough clear. And then here's the mission I was talking about that I've never been able to 3-star. This is really difficult. I've been able to drift twice here through these gates that are really close together. Have 1.1 seconds remaining, and looking at this clear, this is going to have 0.299 remaining. Yeah, we don't need star ranks anymore, thankfully. I still didn't get a 3-star. I genuinely think that is one of the most unfair, like, vanilla requirements for an actual, like, intended thing I've seen in a lot of Nintendo games I've played, because there's no way I'm getting 3 stars there. I spent 2 hours on that, and I can't get 3 stars. In terms of an actual speedrun, I think it's way too risky for me to do any tricks there. It saves me, what, 1 second, and most of the time I'm just going to end up bonking on the gate and just failing anyway, so it's just not worth it. But yeah, if you want a challenge, try and get 3 stars on that mission. I know you won't. Honestly, just getting 1 star there is good enough. I think I've only had 2 stars once, and I've had 1 star a handful of times. So here's another fake item box mission. This one's a fairly long lap as well. And if we get hit by any of these bananas, we kind of just lose control, but that's it, really. So even if we fall into the water now, or fall off any of these courses, we are probably still fine for the time requirement. So here's a bunch of items coming up, all in one place. They are all fakes though. And there's one sneaky one hidden behind the little pillar there. And then we're going to go for one final item. And an early exit glitch for good measure as well, of course. Coming up now is Wario Stadium. This is... Oh, no. Okay, no, we're fine. No, we're not. No, we're not fine. Oh my goodness, how am I failing this coin? Okay, what? How do you fail coin 2? Okay, whatever, moving on. So, basically that is going to make it a little bit less lenient for if I miss any of these upcoming coins. We can backtrack to any of them except for that one that was in that loop there. We did manage to grab it. So hopefully we don't miss any of these future ones. I kind of figured it's not worth me restarting though, because if I restart, that's just going to cost me even more time. I'm just going to wait for those lava bar cycles as well. And if we get this hit, excellent. We barely managed to just curve into that from the side. I think we've got time for just one final quick donation. We got 2 laps of TikTok clocks. We've got about a minute to spare.
Well, in that case, I'll have to take a second to give a little blurb about what we're raising money for. So, everything that we're doing throughout this marathon and the merchandise and everything is all for Point of Pride. They are a translated 501c3 nonprofit organization, and they have served tens of thousands of people in all 50 states and 100 plus countries, providing access to gender-affirming care and wellness services. If you'd like to apply for any of their grants or government programs, get involved as a donor or a volunteer, or just learn about them in general. You already see Exclamation Charity in chat, but you can go to pointofpride.org and find out anything and everything you need to know about them.
Alright, yeah, definitely get donating if you're within your means. I know there's even merch on the store, which has Rainbow Road, which, I mean, during the Mario Kart run is pretty fitting, so...
Yeah, and the merch is really, really nice looking too.
It's so awesome. Alright, we've just got 2 missions to go, and I don't want to jinx it, but I'm on a pretty good pace at the moment. My PB is 48.05. As of the previous set of missions, we were 28 seconds ahead. So I'm gonna see how it goes on this one. I know I had a really good last set of missions, so we might not be PBing, but we will still be having a pretty solid run. Hopefully underestimate. All we need here is just to beat Bowser. It is an instant DQ if I don't, but I'm hoping we are fine. And this one, the top path is actually blocked off, so we have to go down the bottom. So just getting a little bit unlucky so far on the items. We are getting mushrooms finally. There's not really a reason we want stars here. Nice, getting mushrooms at the end as well. Excellent. Nice clear. Excellent, 3-star. And we have 3 laps against Wiggler. So Wiggler is basically a cheat. So Wiggler's just going to speed across, but thankfully we're going to cheat as well. So what we have is we can use the stars that are scattered around to our advantage, but not just that. If you look on the touch screen, there's a tiny little detail, sneaky little detail that they threw in. And basically what that is, I am on a really weird cycle at the moment. I'm actually behind. There we go. Now we're ahead. Now we're putting ahead. Basically, under some of these bigger vehicles is actually an item box, and these will always give us a mushroom, one single mushroom. So we can not only chain together the stars whenever they come up, but we can also chain together most of these mushrooms. That's actually why I'm not going to be taking the shortcut at all over that little path there. I am just going to go for this path every time. Yeah, so that one doesn't. It's always the same vehicles that have the mushrooms. These 2 in quick succession have one. And then we're just going to grab this star again. So now we're really far ahead. Time will be on the finish line on the final lap. Excellent. So far, we've actually grabbed every item, which normally I at least miss one. So this has been pretty good. Making sure I grab every star is the big thing, though. Excellent. And there is one final mushroom coming up, I believe. There might even be 2. No, time's coming up in a couple of seconds, and that's fine. Alright, that is a PB. Was not expecting that, because one of the sets of missions lost a lot of time, let me just say that. Wow, 47. My long-term goal for this is sub 45, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool, yeah.
Still some really good racing there.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, I know you played yourself during your last run, but where do people find you?
All right, yeah. So you can find me on twitch.tv/SMMidi. I do runs of this game a little bit. Maybe we'll look to learn more strats for this to try and get that sub 45, because the strats I know at the moment, I pretty much need to play perfectly to get that. I also do a lot of Wii Play, which we also did yesterday. But yeah, we also do other games. We have community days and stuff. We also do quizzes from time to time if that's your thing. But yeah, shout outs to the Mario Kart DS Discord as well. There's a Mario Kart DS Discord for everything with this game, time trials, actual sort of full game speed runs. I know 32 tracks is in this game as well. That's kind of the main category for most games. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Shout outs to the organisers of Power Up Pride as well, Winter Pride. Shout outs to Tech as well, doing a great job behind the scenes. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching, and good luck with the rest of the marathon.
All right, really good run. And as mentioned, yeah, we do have a Rainbow Road shirt. So yeah, if you really like that run, you want someone to remember it by or already been typed in chat, so exclamation merch. But otherwise, for now, stick around. We do have a couple of runs coming up from Miss Truffles, State of Anarchy, and then after that will be Echo Jr. Otherwise, enjoy the music. But also, I'll just kind of plug what we're doing this for again. We're raising money for Point of Pride. They are a translated 501c3 nonprofit organization. The money that we are doing is going to various support programs, such as their annual transgender surgery fund, a scholarship-like program that provides direct financial assistance to trans folks who can't quite afford their gender-affirming surgery, or maybe you want to support their stuff like their I hope I don't mess up the pronunciation of this. Their electrolysis. I cannot say it. Whatever. But it is also another scholarship-like program that provides direct financial assistance to people who need to trans people who need a permanent hair removal services that they otherwise can't afford. If you want to apply for one of these grants or their government programs, you can visit pointofpride.org and find out what you need to know to get started. For that matter, though, if you do want to donate to all of this, first of all, you can type exclamation donate to get into it. You know, in fact, I will spot this line. So you can click that link, and when you go there, you'll see that there is a poll and a target. You can choose both. So if you want to choose like a poll, let's say you want to go into the Character Choice Bid War for Ecto Jr. or the other two that are up for Chameleon Twist and Sticky Business. You can choose one of them, and then when you go into targets, you will also see one for our bonus name, Banjo Tooie. Currently, we're still quite a ways from that one, but you can do both. You can do one of each. Your donation amount will go towards both fully, and then you can just check out there, and it really is that simple. So sometimes, but yeah, we do bring this up because sometimes people will do just a poll or just a target. You know, polls being our bid wars. So it is a little bit easier. So it's a little bit nicer to be like, you can actually do both. You don't have to choose between one or the other. You don't have to like be like, oh well, this amount goes to one, this amount goes to the other. No, it all goes to both. Yeah. Also, you can enter a comment. And you change the amount. The default's to 10, but you can put in as little as $1. That still gets you in. That still means a lot to us. A lot to us here. That said, do not feel like you have to enter a comment. You can just as easily not put one if you don't really feel like adding a comment. But your donation means a lot on its own.